What's up, guys? This is Behind the Dice, and I'm back at you with more Star Wars Destiny content. And today we're going to be looking at Across the Galaxy spoilers that were revealed at Nova this past weekend, the most recent tournament, national tournament, I do believe. Um, and yeah, let's take a look at these. We're going to talk about them. Um, just a warning: some of these cards might be a little blurry for us to see. They're kind of taken with phones, pictures with phones, or so maybe the quality isn't that great. But I'll read what the cards do, and we're gonna have a little talk about them. So the first card we're gonna look at has definitely caused a stir within the Destiny community. People are very split. Some people are very excited. Some people are absolutely horrified. And I am talking about the new legendary Jyn Erso, Daring Infiltrator. So if we look at the card itself, she's 12 health, obviously a hero, 2 range, plus 2 range, 1 discard blank. She's a legendary, and her card reads, well, she's a character leader, and her card reads, after you activate this character, you may look at the top 3 cards of an opponent's deck and rearrange them in any order. You may discard the top card of that deck. So at first glance, we look at, I think, the obvious pairing with this character. Looking at her elite cost, which is 16, her dice sides, her ability, I think the obvious pairing right now is with Cassian. Um, like I said, the points match up. I think the dice sides link up really well. The abilities link up very well. It's a good amount of health. Plus, it's red and yellow. Um, and red and yellow hero can be really good. So people are trying to figure out exactly what's the best way to use Jyn Erso. Is it best to use her aggro to do damage and kill characters, or is it best to use her mill? Um, I mean, you look at her dice size, everyone's useful. Maybe except for the blanket, maybe the +2 if you have nothing else out there. But um, yeah, she's very versatile. People like to throw around the term aggro mill when it comes to her and characters like Cassian. It'll take a lot of testing to see exactly what best suits her, what best style of play suits her. Because if she's paired with Cassian, um, it'd be interesting to have something, yeah, like a hybrid aggro mill deck where you're doing damage, but you're using their abilities to get rid of an opponent's card. It's almost like another way of mitigation where instead of mitigating dice, you're getting rid of their cards so they can't use them, but your goal is to still deal damage. Um, I don't think straight up 2 character mill with these two would be that effective. Maybe someone finds 2 non-uniques to pair with her and mill that way. But some people think that she is going to be a straight up mill character. I don't think so. I think she'll be very good aggro. I think she'll be very good with Cassian, and you can do both, and that'll help you win games so you don't have to straight up mill. Another thing I like about this, and this is going back to the assumption that people are going to pair her with Cassian more than anyone else, is that it seems like FFG is starting to really value thematic decks. I know I really value them. A lot of other content creators out there value thematic decks in Star Wars Destiny, and right now in the meta, that's not really the case. There aren't any air quote thematic decks out there that are winning tournaments. Maybe Luke Ray here and there, but that's really it. Uh, so I think Jyn Cassian will be really good. I really like her design. Each side besides the blank is useful. Um, and she's very versatile, and that's really cool. Plus, she has 12 health, which is awesome. So I'm really, really excited about Jyn. She's definitely going to be one you hope that one of the legendaries that you pull out of your box. So moving on to the next card, because I could talk about Jyn for hours. We have Jyn Erso's Blaster, and we'll try our best to kind of look at what it reads here. I know it's blurry. It's a legendary, 3 cost, unique weapon upgrade. It has redeploy. It has a 2 range, a +3 range, a 3 indirect, a discard, a shield, and a blank. It's a hero. The card reads, after you activate attached character, you may re-roll this die or discard the top card of a deck. If this upgrade is on Jyn Erso, re-roll any number of her character dice. So the dice size are pretty good. Um, 3 costs for redeploy. I think if an upgrade has redeploy and 3 damage size, I think that can definitely validate the 3 cost. Plus, it gives you a chance to re-roll dice. And both of Jyn Erso's dice. So let's say you roll out this upgrade with Jyn Erso. You roll the +3, one of Jyn Erso's discard size and one of her blanks. You can re-roll both of her dice and hopefully hit max damage, and that seems really good. So if you get a crappy roll with Jyn and you get a good roll with the upgrade, you have a chance to, without discarding a card, try to get actual damage out there. I could see this working very well with action cheating. You somehow get an ambush action or whatever. So it's a legendary. It's a really solid card. Obviously, it fits Jyn Erso the best. I could also see this with a character like Rex or Finn. So cool. I like it. I don't think it's overcosted. Redeploy is huge, especially in Red Hero, where Red Hero kind of isn't front and center at the moment in terms of pure aggro. So I like this card. That's really all I have to say about it. So let's move on. Next, we have Qui Gon Jinn's lightsaber. So a little bit of context with this. The box, like the actual Across the Galaxy box, was leaked, and the character Qui Gon Jinn was on it. So I forget exactly what it says. It's along the lines of, if you have shields on this character, you can increase its die size by 1. Something along those lines. So we have Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. Yes, another unique Jedi's lightsaber. 3 costed. This does not have redeploy, but it does have a 2 melee plus 3 melee, 1 shield, 2 shield, 2 shield, and a blank. It is a legendary blue hero, and the card reads, after 1 or more shields are removed from attached character, you may exhaust this upgrade to give that character 1 shield. If this upgrade is on Qui-Gon Jinn, you may draw a card. So I love Blue Hero, and I love Blue Hero where you can get a lot of shields on characters if you use cards like Defensive Teaching and Caution and Lothwolf Bond, Obi-Wan's lightsaber, Shoto, along those lines, and this kind of fits that mold. 3 cost, no upgrade no redeploy and or ambush is kind of rough. I think redeploy can justify any 3 cost upgrade. What's nice is that none of these dice sides cost anything, so that's good at least, and the damage you can roll is pretty heavy damage. So if you're linking this up with the new Qui-Gon, increasing his dice by 1, I think it can be upgrade die too if you have more than 1 shield on there. Then you can do some heavy damage. It's just a matter of keeping Qui-Gon alive, because again, this doesn't have redeploy. So I don't know. I don't think it's anything amazing. I think it's a good upgrade. I think it has good dice size for a 3 cost. It's just, I'm big on redeploy. I'm big on ambush. But if the synergy with this and Qui-Gon is really, really good, then maybe the 3 cost resource cost price would be worth it. So it'll take some play testing. It'll take some experimenting, but not a bad upgrade. I like it, but I'm holding my breath on it for right now. Next, we have a new Millennium Falcon, and this looks like the Falcon from the Solo movie. It's a legendary. It costs 6 resources. It's a vehicle support. Its dice size include a 3 range, a 4 range for a resource, a 4 indirect, 2 discard, 3 shields, 3 resources. So I'll get to the ability in a second. Just looking at the dice size, every single one of these sides is very very useful. Um, the only thing, the 4 damage for a resource maybe won't be if you don't have any resources, and the 3 shields if you already have 3 shields or something. But what an insane die this Millennium Falcon is. Just wanted to throw that out there. So its ability reads: after you play this support, you may search your deck or discard pile for an escape craft, which we'll talk about in a second, and attach it to this support as a mod upgrade without paying its cost. That's key. If you search your deck, shuffle it. So, basically, if you play this, you can put the escape craft mod on it for free. So for 6 resources, you're putting out 2 dice, which is very good. And we'll look at the escape craft next. Um, I mean, yeah, you can delve this out. Wait, no, you can't delve this out. Never. Can you delve this out? Whatever. So if you can play this, then is delve a villain card? Hang on, let me check real quick. Because if delve is not a villain card, then that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Delve. Sorry, sidetracked real quick. This is me not knowing my cards as well as I should. Sorry, yeah, delve is a villain card, so you can't delve this out. My bad. But anyway, moving on. If you manage to get this out, again, you're getting 2 dice out there for 6 resources. That, I'm sure that'll feel good. The dice size are really, really good. If you manage to get this out, it will be worth it. Every dice side on this is useful. So yeah, I really like this. Again, it's just a matter of how efficiently will you be able to get this out. Will you be able to have the resources? So yeah, a new Millennium Falcon, really cool. And speaking of the devil, an escape craft. It is a unique vehicle support, 2 cost. Its die sides are 1 focus, 1 shield, 1 resource, 2 resource, and a blank. Has a power action. Spot the Millennium Falcon to attach this card to it as a mod upgrade. Discard all upgrades on this card. Its action: if this card is an upgrade, it becomes a support. Do not ready it. So this is kind of what I was talking about. So if you play the Falcon, you can search your deck for this guy and play it on the Falcon for free. I think it's really cool that this can act as, and it fits kind of what it is, like as an actual object. It can count as a mod or a vehicle depending on how you're using it. That's a lot of play space there. That's a lot of versatility there. 2 focus sides is nice. A couple resource sides is nice. It's nothing. The actual dice size isn't anything insane. But when you pair this with the Millennium Falcon, you're getting 2 good dice out there for 6 resources. So I really like this design. I like the mod system in general for vehicles. I think it's going to be a really, really cool addition to the game. And I love this. I think this is really cool. And it's going to be really cool playing this with the Millennium Falcon. Moving on, we have Improvised Fence. Pretty straightforward card here. It's a support. Cost 1. After a die is turned, you may discard this support from play to remove that die. So, it's almost like Suppressive Fire, except it costs 1, and it can be any dice, not just a character dice. These mitigation support cards, I like them. It kind of keeps your opponent on their toes. You can save them. You can use them for when someone gets a huge roll. So this is something really nice in your deck where you play it for a resource. Here, say your opponent gets a godly roll, or like gets a roll where they get 1 base damage and a bunch of modifiers. You can remove that base damage, and so yeah, looks very useful. I like it. Next, we have the Inferno Squad. What was that? ID 110, ID 10, Seeker Droid. Cost 1. It's an upgrade. A droid upgrade. Has 1 melee, a focus, a resource, and 2 specials. Its special is look at an opponent's hand and discard a card from it. That opponent may take one additional action during their next turn this round. Um, so yeah, uh, search their hand. I'm kind of split on this card. Um, I guess yeah, you're getting rid of a card, and it can be any card, but that's if you roll the special. The focus sides are nice. The melee side is nice. All the sides are nice. All the sides are useful. But yeah, I think it's clear that this is going to go with Iron Versio. And we'll see how that goes when we experiment with it. So, with this card, I'm kind of waiting to see on it. And I believe this is last but not least, we have an X-Wing. A couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, the TIE fighters were spoiled, and now we have the hero version, the X-Wing. It's a vehicle support, costs 2, and it has a range, all X's by the way, an X range for a resource, an X indirect, 1 disrupt, 1 shield, and a blank. You can include up to 4 copies of this support in your deck. The X on this die is equal to the number of copies of this support you have in play. So, a couple differences here. Unlike the TIE Fighter, you can't search for it in your deck. Like the TIE Fighter, you can have 4 of them, and it also doesn't have ambush. So immediately people are going to say, well, the TIE Fighter is automatically better because you can search for it. It has ambush, but I'm not going that far yet. I don't know which is better because if you get 3 or 4 of these guys out, you're looking at a bunch of 4-costed dice sides, which could be insane. So that alone could be worth it. If you get 3 of these guys out there, roll out a deploy squadron, roll them all out, you can get some nutty rolls. So this can be really strong if you hard mulligan for them. If you get them early, people might be building their decks around these. I'm really, really excited about these supports where you can have 4 copies of in your deck, and they seem like they're going to be really good. So I really, really like the X-Wing. It's not a legendary, so yeah, really cool. I can't wait to see the villain vehicle deck based around TIE fighters and the hero vehicle deck based around X-Wings. It's going to be really, really exciting. So yeah, so those were the spoilers that have been dropped this past weekend at Nova. If you have any of your own opinions on them, please leave something in the comments. Please tweet to me or join Behind the Dice Discord so we can talk about them. I'm really, really excited to talk about them. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll be back making some more gameplay videos soon. I just wanted to spend some time to talk about the spoilers that just dropped in this past tournament. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like these spoilers. I'm really excited for Across the Galaxy so far. I like how it's looking. So this has been Behind the Dice, and I will see you in our next video. Have a good one.